Hello, this is David, Fairly Secret Music. This is a little different format than what I normally do here, but I'm doing a couple, three unboxings actually. First one here is Toto, and the other two will be REO Speedwagon box sets. So, both of these bands are bands that I've known for years. I will be 48 this year, and when I was 8 years old, I really wanted an album by REO Speedwagon. It's taken me 40 years to get it. So, yeah, so let's talk about this Toto all-in-one box set. So first of all, it is missing some things, like the last 2 or 3 albums that didn't really need to be remastered. About 4 songs that they did with another singer that I don't think Steve Lukather actually enjoyed working with. What this comes with is 13 albums, or 13 CDs, I should say. You get Toto, Hydra, what is that called? Well, actually, I'll just show you those, and then we're going to go through the CDs. And I can tell you what you get. So this normally retails for about $135. I was able to get it through Rare Waves Music, or Rare Waves USA, on eBay for $86 with shipping. I think the shipping was free. So this is the Sony albums from '78 to 2018, and it comes in this box that is, let's see, so if I were to take a regular CD, just so you see how big it is compared, that was Allman Brothers, by the way. So let's look and see what we have inside. It comes in this cool kind of like I don't know if this is called a clamshell box. I don't think so. But it has a booklet. I will go over the booklet as soon as I get through the albums. So they are all put in these really thick plastic or cardboard sleeves that are just replicas of the vinyl. So if they had bonus tracks, well, actually, I don't think anything has bonus tracks on here. I think these are just straight versions, but I believe it was Elliot Shiner. Let me see here. It has remix information. I believe it is Elliot Shiner that, or let's see. Yep. Elliot Shiner did the remasters. Toto 1 through Minefields, remastered by Elliot Shiner, Gavin Lurson, and Ruben Cohen. Old is New is mastered by Bob Ludwig. My friend Ryan says that Elliot Shiner's remastering on these albums are fantastic. So we'll get to that booklet for later. So none of these do have bonus tracks, because Toto, it's just the regular thing. Each album has art like that on the CD. These are much more sturdy than the ones that I'm going to show in the REO Speedwagon. But they're just basically vinyl replicas, which is kind of cheesy. Like this one has it where it comes out the side like this. So the thing is, the vinyl had it coming out here, so why did they do that is beyond me. So that is Hydra. And then you have Live in Tokyo, 1980. This is where it's kind of silly, because if you see this, it only has 5 songs on it. They could have easily put Live in Tokyo and the EP with that one singer. I can't remember what his name is. They did 4 songs with him. but I don't think there was very good blood between him and Steve Lukather. This is Turn Back, Toto 4. Everybody knows this one for, you know, having Rosanna and Africa on it. Isolation. So this is the first one without Bobby Kimball on it. This is a little bit of information or trivia. Isolation is the only album to have a guy named Fergie on it. I can tell you his name later, but he was the singer on the first Trillium album. And if you don't remember Trillium, they are a band that had Patrick Leonard, who went on to be in Toy Matinee, and Madonna's producer. I'm hoping this looks good. Kind of weird lighting. Fahrenheit. And this one has Joseph Williams as the vocalist. Toto's 7th one. This actually doesn't have the title track on it. Why they didn't add the title track on it as a bonus track is beyond me. I mean, it's a shame, but... Kingdom of Desire. I believe this is where Lukather started singing. And the one thing is, at least the nice thing is, they slide out pretty easily and you can get them in there. But they don't slide out all the way. So they do stop. Tamboo. And it looks like Simon Phillips plays drums at this point. As I said before, I'm not really going to tell you a lot of stuff about this because this was a band that I really never got into. I just decided one day that, you know, I saw somebody with a 2-disc greatest hits, and I thought, you know what? Maybe it's time for me to get some Toto. So anything worth doing is worth overdoing. So this is unreleased tunes from 77 to 97. This is called 77 to 97. Toto 20, I think. Yeah. Mindfield. I believe this is an album with Bobby Kimball back in the band. And then Old is New, and this would be kind of the one thing that people really wanted this for. The thing is, this has also been released separate from this box set, and it does have Jeff Porcaro and a couple of the other guys who have passed away, unreleased tracks and things like that. So we'll get all these back over here, and then we will talk about the booklet. So let me put this over here. Whoa. Maybe I'll plop that up there. Nah, I'll just get that out of the way. So what do you get in the booklet? Do you get liner notes? Do you get lyrics? The answer is no. They pretty much dropped the ball on making a really good booklet with this Toto box set. Let's go through it. So you get the album cover again. You get a full page of all of this unnecessary stuff. You know, this could have been 2 pages of lyrics or liner notes and stuff. You get Hydra. It just basically tells you who played on which albums, which they could have done if they had done the stupid, what do you call it? The vinyl replicas. I hate when companies do kind of shitty drop the ball moves on vinyl replicas. They don't even go back and change any of the artwork. And we'll talk about that with the REO Speedwagon ones. Here we've taken 2 pages to say who's playing on what. What the hell? Isolation, Fahrenheit again. 7th one, where is the title track? Why? So we are wasting all of this space to basically show stuff that is irrelevant. Look at this. 4 songs get 4 what is that? 4 pages to tell us what's on one 10-song CD booklet. So sorry if it's glaring. The only one where you really need to know who was playing on what is the old is new, because you go back and you got like Jeff Porcaro or Vinnie Colaiuta, Jeff Porcaro on drums. So this is the one where this information is necessary, in my opinion. But all the rest of that is, and then we have how many? Like 4 pages of useless thank yous and junk like that. So they really dropped the ball on this booklet. This booklet is fucking worthless. And yeah, way to go, Sony, or whoever was the person that came up with that bullshit. And I know the music is the most important part, and this is the only way you can get these remasters. So for the music, yes, it is worth it, especially considering I got it for $80. But way, I guess not way, just totally dropped the ball on giving us any useful liner notes or anything that talked about the band. It was just kind of like a, I don't know. I feel like when you're making these box sets, you should put everything into them, because this is like the last thing. This is the last version of this that's going to happen. And if there is a different version, I'm not buying it. So Toto all in one, or all in, definitely not all in, because they're missing some stuff. So unlike the Toto box set, you get REO Speedwagon, the early years. And so this is the 71 to 77 lineups. And this is pretty awesome. So these are all the albums you get. I'm hoping you can see those. So you get the self-titled REO 2, Ride in the Storm Out. What is that called? It's too tiny for me to read. Here, we'll go this way. Ride in the Storm Out, Lost in the Dream, This Time We Mean It, REO, and Live You Get What You Play For. So, unlike the Toto box set, this has a plethora of bonus tracks and information. So let's open this up and see what we get here. So they dropped the ball on these. These are a little easier to get the CDs in and out, but the CDs are a lot easier to fall out. The cardboard is less rigid and just kind of worse for the wear, I guess. So you get, let's see who was in this band at the time. So let me, well, actually, we will go through the book separately. So you get REO Speedwagon, REO 2, Ride in the Storm Out, Lost in a Dream, REO Speedwagon, what is this one called? This Time We Mean It. Does it say that anywhere on there? Oh, it says it on the back, sorry. REO, and Live You Get What You Pay For. So this is kind of cool. Instead of putting it in a double sleeve, they have both discs in separate sleeves, unlike that goofy Hydra thing. So those are all the albums. What do you get on these? So you get, looks like 3 bonus tracks on the first album, 1 bonus track on the second album, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bonus tracks on Riding the Storm Out, 1 bonus track on Lost in a Dream, 2 bonus tracks on This Time We Mean It, the self-titled album, which is REO, even though they had basically 2 self-titled albums, 2 bonus tracks on that, and then You Get What You Play For. You Get What You Play For has no bonus tracks, but I believe that was a double to begin with. And let's look at how much better this book is. So, the booklet not only gives you a bunch of photos, but it has extensive liner notes talking about the history of the band, and this is what I want with unboxings. I hate when people don't show all of this, because I was looking to find out what was all in both of these, or all 3 of these box sets when I was looking to buy them, and people just really don't know how to show stuff. So a weird bit of information, or a little bit of trivia, I should say. I thought Kevin Cronin was the only singer in REO Speedwagon until I got this box set. Well, actually, until I looked and listened to some used versions of CDs, and then I realized he wasn't. But he had been in the band twice. So all these liner notes are done by Malcolm Dome, who is a fairly accomplished music journalist. So a lot of information, a lot of history, and this is, you know, I wish they still had lyrics. I wish there were lyrics, but when you don't have lyrics, you better have a booklet like this, unlike that Toto disaster. So I'll just talk about the vocalists, because mainly it was the same lineup except for... So original vocalist on their first album was Terry Luttrell, and he just lasted for 1 album. So if you've heard songs like Keep On Loving You and their 80s stuff, this is more rockin', kind of in that... oh gosh, I'm not even going to compare them to another band. They're just more rockin', more 70s hard rock, a little smidge of prog in there. And this band was started by the drummer and the keyboardist, Neil Doughty and Alan Gratzer. And Gary Richrath was in the band for quite a long time. And as I said, Terry Luttrell was only on this album. And here's a funny bit of information. So this is their bass player. Let me find a good picture of him. This is their bass player. He looks like he's probably like 10, 12 years older, 20 years older than most of them. When he decided he was kind of done with touring, I believe, but also they decided he was too busy a bass player. So I thought that was funny. That made me listen to the bass more when I read that. So REO 2 is the first one with Kevin Cronin on vocals. And then, depending on who's talking in this booklet, Kevin Cronin said he left for a misdiagnosis of his vocal cords, and one of the guys said that they wanted him out because Gary Richrath wasn't getting along with him. So I'm not sure exactly which story is true. I'll take the Kevin Cronin one. Maybe he was going off to do a solo album. Who knows? So he was on one album. Then they got a guy named Mike Murphy here. And originally, this whole album, Riding the Storm Out, was sung by Kevin Cronin. And the cool thing is, so Mike Murphy redid all the vocals, and two of the bonus tracks are the Riding the Storm Out and Son of the Poor Man, which are sung by Kevin Cronin on vocals. So they do two of the, two of the 10 songs on this album have Kevin's vocals. So they have Mike Murphy's vocals up here, and then as the bonus tracks, two of the songs are Kevin. I think it would be cool to hear the whole album with Kevin singing on it. And Mike Murphy was more of a blues rock player, and he was kind of trying to pull them in more of a blues rock direction, and still same lineup as Riding the Storm Out with Mike Murphy. And so they were deciding that Mike was pulling them in kind of a direction they didn't want to go, in the more bluesy way. So they did one more album with him, and that was This Time We Mean It. And after this album, Kevin comes back, and they had one singer who they were playing with, but they said, you know what? He basically sounds like Kevin. Why don't we just get Kevin back in the band? And so they did this second kind of self-titled album in '76, and then Kevin was the singer all through that. This live album was the last album that bassist... wait a second. Let me see something here. Yeah, this was the last album that bassist Greg Philbin was on. So they cut this album, they did this live album, and then they replaced him for the tour for it with, I think his name is Bob Hall, but we will find out when we go through the second one. So that is the first early years REO Speedwagon earlier years box set. Second one is REO Speedwagon, the classic years, and this is 78 to 1990. And what you get in this, I like how it shows you all these things on the side. So this thing is 8 CDs worth of music, and this was, I believe, $38. This one was $50. There are a couple places on eBay where you can get them both for about $36 to $38. This has 9 CDs with it. So you can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. 9 lives, High Infidelity, and High Infidelity Disc 2. It's all bonus tracks. Good Trouble, Wheels Are Turning, Life as We Know It, The Earth, A Small Man and His Dog and a Chicken, and then Live from 1980 to 1990. It's a collection. Again, these CDs are somewhat lacking. It even says here, see label for sequence, which is kind of silly. Just redo the artwork, or at least the typeface, unless, you know, I guess they might not have High Infidelity. And this had a 30th anniversary edition. And by the way, in both of these box sets, everything has been remastered. And it's really, I like the remastering. I think it's great. But there was a 30th anniversary version of High Infidelity that Rock Candy did not put out. Rock Candy has also been doing Toto stuff and REO stuff. Wait, did they do? No, they didn't do REO stuff, but they have been doing Toto stuff, and the Rock Candy stuff is kind of harsh and kind of shrill, lots of higher end. I don't really like Rock Candy remasters all that much. But the 30th anniversary of High Infidelity came with a bonus CD, and in this box set you get not only the bonus CD, which was originally 9 songs, and those are the 9 demos that they did, but it has single edits and live promo. There's a reggae, 89 reggae, or like as Spinal Tap says, raga version. So you actually get more stuff in this box set than you do in the full-on CD version with the 2 discs. Wheels are turning. And I gotta say, Roll with the Changes. Oh my God. That is such a great song. I can listen to that over and over again. My favorite line is, if you're tired of the same old story, oh, then turn some pages. I didn't realize that this box set went this far. I thought Wheels Are Turning was the last CD in this box set, and I got it, and I was like, holy crap. I didn't realize those were in there, or this live thing. And the live album, Live Again, basically has tracks from 1980 through 1990 with, and it tells you what city they were at, which is kind of cool. So we will move on from that. Who does these? These are Cherry Red. These are really good heavy-duty boxes. I really like them. And of course, again, this is fantastic. It has so much information on the band, and who was doing what, and who decided they were going to leave at some point. The drummer said he had had enough of touring. If he could have teleported home after each show, he would have kept on doing it, but he just couldn't handle being on the road anymore. So look at these. They're so great. They're so great. It's just worth it for these. Again, Malcolm Dome does these. And these were done in 2018, so a couple years ago. I love this see-through shirt on there. And they did this 9 Lives photo shoot because they thought, well, it might get us some more listeners. So unlike this, the other box set where it shows you a picture of the album, you get a little bit more information. So like you can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. Has it has 10 bonus tracks. Roll with the Changes short version, long version, Time for Me to Fly, edit, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different live tracks. 9 Lives has 3 different bonus tracks, Easy Money edit, a couple live songs. High Infidelity, as I said before, you get the regular CD, the 30th anniversary remaster, and then all the demos, radio edits, live promo, and alternative live album or version of Keep On Loving You, the 1989 Raga version. Good Trouble, that is one that does not get any bonus tracks, but you've already gotten so many bonus tracks as it is. Wait. Let me see this. Good Trouble. Yep, that does not get bonus tracks. Wheels Are Turning gets, holy crap, it gets 6 bonus tracks. And those bonus tracks are kind of lame because they're just like extended versions or short version. But you get Wherever You're Going, It's All Right, taken from the Goonies original soundtrack, so that's pretty cool. Life as We Know It has 4 bonus tracks. The Earth, A Small Man, His Dog, and a Chicken gets 5 bonus tracks. And you get 17 live songs from 80 to 90. So, is that 80 to 90? Yep. So yeah, these booklets are so much better than that stupid Toto box set. And all the bonus tracks, the second CD, this is really the way to go if you're going to do box sets. Do I regret getting this Toto box set? No. I don't regret getting the Toto box set at all. What I regret is that there are executives out there who think that booklet is worth producing. It's just shitty. Whereas these two have fantastic artwork, fantastic liner notes. I am actually forgiving them not adding lyrics, just because it is a plethora of information. I hope this has maybe influenced you on buying at least these two. This is still well worth it because that's the only way you can get those remasters so far, except for the one kind of odds and ends disc. And I think I'm going to do a couple more box set videos. I recently also got all the ELO albums, but those are kind of, you know, just kind of regular CDs with bonus tracks that have been around since 2003 and stuff like that. So hopefully you enjoy this and have a good night, and I hope to see you again soon.